It's Your Frontier. Opening bell is Wednesday, the 8th of November. Welcome to the show, everyone. Let's run you through the marketplace for the second day of the week, which was Tuesday. The South African market fell very sharply, 2.35%. 71,573. The Nairobi stock market, after a positive Monday, stepped back into negative territory by 56 basis points. The Egyptian stock market came back roaring after a slightly negative Monday, came back with 1.45% rally on Tuesday. The BRVM better by just one single notch on the composite, while the Nigerian market added roughly 80 billion naira in total market cap at 70,613. Is the second positive reading since the start of the new week. On top of that positive finishing line that we saw in the week ended November the 3rd. Let's take it out, look at the big stories in East African corridor, where we're starting from. The Ethiopian Securities Exchange chose a new managing director and CEO, and that is Telehun Kazan. He's going to lead the new securities exchange, the youngest on the African continent, into its beginning. That's part of putting the new stock exchange together for the biggest economy in the Horn of Africa. And Airtel has listed 4.36 billion ordinary shares on the Uganda Stock Exchange after an initial IPO was subscribed just about 50%. And foreign investors are still selling down the Nairobi stock market, 320 million in the third quarter ended September, according to latest data. And Kenya's Chinese debts was up about $264 million because interest rates hike is up, and the Kenyan authorities are paying more for their loans with the Chinese authorities. So that's your headlines across East Africa. Let's check in with the West Africa, by the way, and good news for Nigeria. And Nigeria could use some really good news now in its oil and gas sector with the NNPC, the state oil company announcing that there's a new crude, the Nembe crude oil grade, which is done about 950,000 barrels of oil exports already. The Nembe crude oil is very low in sulfur content, and it's one of the premium brands that Nigeria is now producing. That announcement was made in London at the energy conference attended by top officials of ITO, which is a joint venture partner with the NNPC in that particular oil being gotten from Nigeria's oil-rich Niger Delta. The rally in the Naira last week is fading out. This week, we've seen the Naira down about 11, or close to 12% on the US dollar. That's at the official window, as investors binge on fixed income as well as stocks on the Nigerian exchange. Cameroon posted about 8 trillion CFA franc external debt here at the end of September. And MultiChoice is putting £1 million on the table for each of those who are contesting. If you are able to get your project through, is the Earthshot Prize for 2024. And MultiChoice is looking for projects that are climate friendly. If you have organizations, you have activist organizations and others who are involved in sustainability for the environment, you've got the opportunity to pitch into the MultiChoice 2024 Earthshot Prize. The money on the table is £1 million British pounds. Let's get on to the Southern Africa, where South Africa's net foreign reserves was about $55.5 billion at the end of October. Down there in Southern Africa, the Bank of Zambia is raising cash reserve ratio or requirements, or the CRR, for banks. The idea is to halt the fall of the local currency, the Kwanza. And Minute Money blockchain-based remittance app is now opening its corridor in Southern Africa. And good news for South Africa, as Procter Gamble says it's opening a new factory line in South Africa on the back of that 150 million rand new funding that the company is injecting into the South Africa's economy. Some good news there for that new factory line opening there for the production for Procter Gamble products, which include Pampers and a few other things. Good news. Let's get on to North Africa. where this morning the Africa Investment Forum Marketplace 2023, the three-day conference is starting today. Deal-making is an assemblage of heads of states, deep-pocket investors, policymakers, and private sector individuals across the continent and around the world coming together to pitch for big deals on the African continent under the umbrella of the African Development Bank Group. The conference ends later in the week. Marrakesh is the venue of that. Tunisia, however, says its external debt service was up 44.4% in October, while Libya's first half exports down 11%. That's about $17.3 billion against $19.3 billion or $19.6 billion back in the same period of 2022. And the Standard Chartered of Egypt's Gat Anil CEO is Mohamed Gat, and congratulations to him for taking charge there. And finally, the Spanish firm Talgo is competing for Morocco's high-speed rail project. Morocco is building a fast-speed train, and this want to give that project to the one who will be an organization who will be able to put it on track in record time and do a very good job. But the Spanish firm Talgo says he's throwing his hat in the ring for that multi-million-dollar project north of the continent. And those are your business, investment, and markets headlines across the continent. Frontier Africa Reports. I am Bosin Namafaye. Have a great day and see you soon.